for the directional bore. That is for us to locate our pipe and not have to wait for the county to finish with the bridge over here on Scotchtown for us to be able to go under the river in order to hook up our pipe on this side of the river to the other side of the river and then finally bury it and get it to the well house over for the CRV well. So we are getting very close, I hope, and it appears true, and I keep contacting the people in charge at the DEC to make sure I'm interpreting things correctly before I report it to you. So this is very solid moves towards the final permitting for the CRV wells, not just CRV wells. Okay. That's major. And on top of that, I wanted to make sure I did not forget to say that the crew, on top of the trees and everything else that they've had to go through of late, that the hydrant was repaired on North Church Street, and simultaneously within moments, there was a water main break further down the street on North Church Street. And the electrical panel was repaired at the North Church Street pump station. So North Church Street got a triple whammy this week. I would also like to remind people that they can still pay their water bill until the end of this month without the penalty. So please take advantage of this offer on the part of the village to make life a little bit easier in these strenuous times. And as well, to tell you that the tree committee will be getting together very soon in order to do our survey to see where trees have to be attended to, where new trees can be built. So if you have been thinking about a request or you have suffered tree loss for street trees only between the sidewalk and the street from the storms, please let us know. You can have a form, fill it out, and we'll see if we can slot you into our plan for this year and next. That's it.
Thank you. I just want to echo the other two trustees. Congratulations to Malam Masi on being reelected. Very happy to be reelected, and we will work with you just as good as or as bad as we did.
Good work.
We work together very well as a board. And, congratulations. One thing was brought up in the our business meeting last time about the recording of our meetings on YouTube. Well, we're all very happy with it at this time because our budget's been killed this year because we lost about $1 million in assessments. And well, on the face of it, I think I can speak for the board that we like the idea. We just can't find the money this year. And not to say that we won't in the future, but this year it's just not doable. I'm disappointed about that. Okay, citizens' comments.
Thank you for considering it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And of course, we have every intention of continuing. But
that's why it's disappointing
we'll just
to help you out.
maybe we could get a permit to carry a tin cup around town.
Need a permit?
With or without pencil.
And I also wanted to ask, is the village planting any cottonwood trees? Or has that been abandoned because of the chaos that it can create?
Unless we find a new source for this year. We tried very strenuously. You and I spoke about this last season.
Yeah.
Very strenuously. There are certain species of trees that are cyclical in popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Cottonwoods are out, and there is no place that we've been able to find substantial cottonwoods at all. Though I think it's because they get so big and because they fly, but what flies off, they fell out of favor. We tried to find and planted, in fact, the two species that we replaced for the two trees that were down in the park are supposed to be of the same caliber, same size and statuesque presence, without the fallout, which is why we chose those species. Unless something has changed, and Jen Jensen knows very well that we've been looking to replace them, so we were called immediately. But you never know. When we do our survey, we will once again attempt to, because we know that's near and dear to Old Goshen Park.
Thank you.
Any other citizens' comment?
Yep. I've got a couple of things. First of all, thanks for considering even considering the idea of throwing some money at during filming. It's becoming increasingly apparent that it's very important. Not just in my opinion, but the contacts I'm hearing from people who are looking to these videos. People have come to the point of expecting them to be up and chasing us when they're not. Perhaps just something to keep in the back of your mind. Perhaps there are alternative sources of funds not coming directly through the village board that the board might be able to facilitate. I don't know what those might be at this point, but it's just something to throw out there. Certainly, we've begun to look at grants. Neil went to a seminar on one recently, and that looks like a possible source of some funding.
Do you solicit any funds from the general public?
There is one board member who has thrown some money at us unrequested, and that for which we're very grateful. We have only sort of dropped hints. We haven't gone out yet really, shaking the trees to see what drops out. But that's certainly a next step. I would prefer not to have to do that aggressively. One would hope that people, the light would go on and people would make the connection and contribute. One of the things we've talked about is putting a donate button on the web page, so people can do it through PayPal. On the question of what happened...
Before you move on from this,
Yeah, sure.
I have two questions for you. Number one, if you're asking people to donate money, and this is it's a legal thing to me, is it on behalf of the Village of Goshen or on behalf of your entity?
No, anything we would put on the web page, as anybody with a blog or a web page can put a donate button. People who do...
I just want that to be clear.
It has nothing to do with it.
I know, but I
made
don't know
that
they
point
know.
clear last week, that there's a very clear dichotomy between what we do and the board, and this is independent, and we were approaching it as such.
I know you are, Joel, I'm not questioning what you're saying. I just don't know that
anything we
the
will do,
public understands that.
anything that we do, I think will be clearly delineated as unaffiliated with the...
Okay. That, and the other thing, I guess it's just for the record, though I think it's a wonderful facility, I think one of the negatives, and I don't know how in this day and age we fight that, but it's exactly what we see right there. There's no one here. And because
Did you notice
people
I turned
have...
around before? Did you see that? I turned around.
I know, and I think that's a response to, I know, very busy lives, but at least when people were hot on an issue, they used to come down, and we'd have people to talk to get their ideas, to exchange concepts, and to learn from each other. And I would heartily recommend that people still come down to do that. It's very difficult to know what people are thinking, what's on their mind from an empty room.
If I may speak to that very briefly. For the last 2 years, at least, I have been pleading with people,
Oh, I know.
begging people to come and put their butts in the chairs.
I know, but I just figured, as long as they're going to be seeing it on video, I thought we'd make it a special
Let me
request.
just reiterate what you just said. The meetings that happen here over at Town Hall are crucial to the life of this community. It's real dollars coming out of real pockets.
Yeah.
It concerns us all. It's all about the money. Everything is all about the money. And
That's Joel's editorial, it's all about the money.
ultimately, it's
There
all
are
about...
other things
Yes. But ultimately, it comes down to dollars and cents.
usually...
The basic, it sort of borders on one of the things I wanted to bring up tonight. The basic job of village government is the provision of infrastructure services and safety and security. That's job 1 and 2 and 3. And beyond that, preserving the look and feel of the village, aesthetics, that's something beyond the basic function of any village government.
I take issue with your statement, Joel. If you're making this
Okay,
as a citizen, this is your opinion?
This is my opinion. I'm speaking
Okay.
from the floor. These meetings happen in empty rooms. It cannot be more important. And I have been unable to you know, going back to the two groups from the developments in the town that had issues with their billing, they showed up with torches and pitchforks last June, and no matter how much coercion I've applied to coerce them to continue on a regular basis, you know,